Jarrod Bowen has gone to the next level. I'm absolutely convinced of it. The performance that we saw against Newcastle was sublime. I think it was perfect. I think it was flawless. I'll tell you how good that was. It wasn't the only performance from a West Ham player that I thought was flawless against Newcastle. And I think because we've sort of had to spread the love a little bit. And look, how often do you watch a West Ham game and think, oh, any one of 5 players could be man of the match? Happens very, very rarely. Because of that, because we're not looking at one standout player, Bowen had to share the love with Paquetá, with Soler, with Kilman, with Wan-Bissaka. But I do believe that Jarrod Bowen's performance deserves a sort of extra scrutiny and his own video all by himself, which is why I'm going to be talking about him today. Well, I say I'm going to be talking about him today. I'm actually going to play you a segment of myself and Gio talking about him as from part of our player rating show, which we do over on Patreon. Patreon's our third Hammers Chat channel. After every single game, we do loads of videos, but after every single game, we do a player ratings video. We rate every single player and the manager and the substitutes, give them a rating out of 10 and basically give an explanation why. It's also part of a big, we've got our organic, what we call our organic Hammer of the Year, where basically us and our patrons, all the scores get put into the supercomputer. It's called Stephen, who collates all our data for us. And at the end, we get our bona fide Hammer of the Year. So anyway, if you want to come and join us on Patreon, you basically, what you're about to see now, you get lots of that and a lot more besides, and discounts to our online store. We've got an offer on at the moment for our Addicts tier, which is basically 50% off for the remainder of November. So you've got to get that in now, all right? 50% off for the first month. So do that now. Get a whole month's worth of content for basically £6. That's a third whole additional Hammers Chat channel. Loads and loads of stuff on there. We think it's great value. And people seem to enjoy it. Our patrons tend to stick around, and we thank them very much for that. Anyway, no more waffle from me. Let's listen to what. Let's listen to me. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Let's listen to what myself and Gio both said about Jarrod Bowen. Look. I just thought he was brilliant. Everything. First time, he went nutmeg crazy. First time passing, head up, crossing, didn't know whether to go left or right. I think Lewis Hall is a very, very good fullback. I think by the end of the game, Jarrod Bowen had got the better of him. I just think he's gone up a level. I really do. Ali McCoist did a video. Oh, he didn't do a video. He was talking on Talk Sport. They just recorded it. But Ali McCoist was talking on Talk Sport. I think he said. I think he might have said the world-class term. I think he might have said that Jarrod Bowen is world-class. You can absolutely understand it when you go and look at that performance again. It was impeccable. Impeccable. Maybe some of the other players stole the limelight, but what we saw from Jarrod Bowen was exceptional. Hopefully you enjoy the video now. Enjoy what myself and Gio are going to say. If you want more of the same and you want to be watching regular extra Hammers Chat content, it's a great way to support us doing what we do. Then the link is in the description below. Keep an eye out for that discount code as well. It will be written just underneath.
Moving on to Jarrod Bowen.
Oh, he was excellent. Gio, he was bang on it. Mr. Nutmeg, what's going on there? Again, but you ain't got a stat for that. How many times you nutmeg the opponent?
You don't get that, but he was loving it, weren't he?
Oh, mate, it's like a dog with 2 dicks. Sorry, mate. It's like, like on FIFA, you might learn a trick or like a fake shot, or you learn something, you learn a trick, and then like the next game, you just keep trying it all the time. That's what happens with Bowen. I've got the old nutmeg in. Oh, nutmeg in. He'd do the standing nutmeg. He'd do the nutmeg. He'd do the pass nutmeg. The nutmeg and run past someone. Honestly, God, Jarrod's got a new trick, and we all know about it now. The thing is, I love that trick. It's not like you could do a lot about it, by the way, because okay, well, yes, I guess you can put your 2 feet closer together. Well, he's going to dance around you then. It's a really, it's hard. It's really, really hard to do. You've got to be very comfortable with the ball at your feet. I thought some of his runs were excellent. It's hard to say he's gone up a level since his England thing, but they're certainly giving him a load of confidence, and it was clear it was going to. I thought he looked like $1 million last night. I really did. There was little one touches, interchanges of play. Thought he dribbled well. I thought he worked his arse off. He's right-footed, square, fast-paced pass into the box now happens so frequently. I no longer think it was an accident. I used to think it was an accident. When he first started doing that, I thought it's scuffed it. He's just not quite got the power on it. Now I've not. This guy's worked on his right foot so much. He's such a grafter. He reminds me. I tell you, he reminds me of Harry Kane. He reminds me of Frank Lampard. Sorry to swear. He reminds me of these players that maybe haven't got the skill naturally of a Said Benrahma, but they work. And they just this whole thing about running in the potato fields on his time off or whatever. It's so apt and it's so right. He is on this constant quest to improve. You just get the impression he's always looking at people. Think, what can I do? If there's anyone that came away from that England training camp or whatever it was, watching other players, what are these other players doing? What can I learn? It's him. He is a learner. He's a sponge, and he takes it and he applies it on the pitch. I thought it wasn't even his best performance, and I'm not even giving him man of match, but I actually thought it was incredible. I really, really did. But it's like you said in your video. I wouldn't, if someone said I'm giving Jarrod Bowen man of the match, I wouldn't argue with anyone giving anyone man of the match on this. For me, it's Wan-Bissaka might have been Kilman. Yeah, if someone wants to give it to Soler, so totally understand it. Absolutely. Want to give it to Bowen. Brilliant. No problem at all. The first touch as well. There was one bit the ball was played forward, just outside of his boot. It was like something Matt Letizia used to do. He says, this guy's just getting better. He's getting better and better and better. That was top class. Top class. If there was a shootout, I know Gordon's probably plays more left wing, and I know he's gone over there a little bit at the moment for Newcastle. So maybe some people say, it's not a true battle of the right wingers. But if it was, no contest, not a boxing match, that's a knockout win for Bowen. I think Gordon's a good player, by the way, excellent player. But that from Bowen was quite exceptional, quite an exceptional performance. And I'm gonna, I'm 8.5, 9 out of 10. I can't give him 8.5. I'm probably going to give him a 9 out of 10. I thought it was that good. I thought it was, again, flawless. How many times have I said flawless in this video? Great, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 9 as well. He was my man of the match. He just edges it. He's getting the same mark as other players, but I just think in the first half, I thought he was quite quiet, actually. I think Lewis Hall had Bowen's number to some extent. I thought Bowen was struggling to get on the ball and up the pitch in the first half, but the second half, I thought it was the Jarrod Bowen show, to be honest with you. Every time he got the ball, he was causing problems. And he's got a real, I've mentioned it before, but he's just got such a variation to his game as well. You don't know what he's going to do. And I noticed last night, I felt like last night, he had this real willingness to shoot from distance, which I've not really felt before. A couple of times in the first half, he got on the half turn and bang, shot straight away. He was trying to catch Nick Pope out and bang, he did it again. And it was a comfortable save for Pope the second time. And a couple of years, you're going to have to do something extraordinary to beat Nick Pope from there. And I thought, he's capable of it.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you might mock it and you're not wrong, which is, it is going to have to be out of this world. But I'd back Bowen to hit a 25-yarder into that top corner. He's maybe not done it yet because he's a bit like Mo Salah. And Mo Salah doesn't smash him into the top corner from 30 yards away week in, week out. Harry Wilson probably scores better goals than Bowen and Salah does, but he's definitely got the ability to do it. And I just thought he kept on trying these shots from distance. That's something I'm going to keep an eye out for going forward. Bowen scoring outside the box is going to happen before Christmas. There you go. That's my you heard it here first. Bowen 25-yarder against somebody.
Yeah.
In the second half, I agree with your nutmegs. He does it running at pace as well, but he's constantly going inside and outside and inside as a fullback. It must be carnage to play. You don't know what he's going to do. Like I said, some wingers will constantly try and cut inside, and it becomes a bit easier tomorrow. They'll keep going down the side. Like Adama Traore, he's big and strong, but you know he's going to knock it past you and run, right? That's what he's got one trick, knock it past and run. So as he approaches you as a fullback, you already know he's going to kick it that way, and then we're going to run after it, right? With Bowen, you're thinking, I don't know, he could go that way, could go that way. If I go to him, he's going to skin me. If I step back, he's going to run at me. Bowen's comfortable with almost any type of profile of a fullback. Bowen's comfortable, and I would back Bowen at beating any fullback in the Premier League as well. I don't care who it is. Pick your left back. Gavardio, Andy Robertson. Doesn't matter. Bowen will beat them. It might not be every single time, but he will beat them on occasions, and enough occasions in order to influence the game. I just think he's such a wonderful footballer. I think he's by far our best player, by far our most important player. I love watching him play. And I think I've got a new all-time favourite West Ham player, to be honest with you. And yeah, I do. I think he's up there with it. So yeah, it's a 9 for me for Jarrod Bowen. That second half was a 10 out of 10. The first half, maybe a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, but I just thought he was sensational. Newcastle couldn't handle him. And I've seen a few Newcastle fans commenting on the review and stuff, and they're all picking out certain players. Some are saying, oh, Paquetá and Antonio. Oh, Sola was really good. Kilman was really good. I think that while they're all picking out different players, they're all picking out Jarrod Bowen as well. And I think that says something. The last time they did that was Declan Rice. That's the last time Newcastle fans.
Was that after that they told us that that old Longshaft was going to be a better player than Declan, and that we were all deluded? That was after, obviously.
I can't comment on the timeline.
Not that I remember. Not that I hold grudges.
Just as a little catch-up, Souček got an 8 out of 10 from patrons when Solar's fared a little bit better with an 8.1, and Paquetá's fared a little bit better than that with an 8.3, and Jarrod Bowen has done the same as Lucas Paquetá with an 8.3 as well. Moving on to Somerville.